Let's get going with this. Welcome to VOICE-A-PALOOZA, MAGLabs edition. How many ladies do we have here today?
3.
Okay.
All right.
I've seen more hands go up than appear to be the ladies.
About 3. Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to be doing a little audition later in this. What we're going to do today is we're going to be reading from some of the most uncomfortable song lyrics you've ever heard. And if you have some uncomfortable song lyrics out there that you'd like us to do, well, pull them up on your phones. That's the only thing, by the way, you should be pulling up on out there in the audience today. And you can bring them up to us later on.
Things right down right
And we're going to be reading those. We've got 3 scripts up here today, 3 movie scripts, and we'll be reading those in character voices. Now, the first one's already set, but there are 2 others after that that you can vote on who you want the characters to be. And then we're going to create, with your suggestions, a video game. An actual video game right here. We're going to come up with the hero, the bad guy, the location, the weapons. You'll come up with all of that, and we will create it right here on this stage for the first and probably the last time ever. So write up those cards out there, folks. In the meantime, we're going to start off to our left, and everyone is going to introduce themselves, tell you who they are, maybe give you a voice or two, and let you know how you can get a little extra money later in the night. So we're going to start off to our left.
Hi, my name is Farad Mohammed. I am frequently seen on Channel Awesome and was recently in the movie Jesus Bro. Jesus Bro. That's right.
Yo, Jesus Bro, man, how come I sound more black than you do? What the fuck, man? Shit.
And that's pretty much my major credits as of right now. But I'm also in the midst of getting into the voice acting career. So we'll see how that goes around here.
Well, right here you're on VOICE-A-PALOOZA, so this is where it starts.
Yeah.
And maybe where it ends.
Pretty much, yeah.
Since they're filming this thing, this is possibly the end for all of us.
This could be a career destroyer for you.
Fantastic. All right.
I am Wes Johnson. I have played characters such as Shea Gorath, Daedric Prince of Madness, Lucian LeChance of the Dark Brotherhood. Anybody out there play Fallout? Hey. I've been everybody from the Super Mutants to Mo Cronin, who I really like Mo Cronin, you know? Because he's out there trying to get people to nice swatters. Something with little heft, you know what I'm talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know who that is. I don't play video games. I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't play video games?
Hell no.
You play them when you're in a booth.
Do you have time in your life to play video games? Do you? Come on, Wes.
Yes, sometimes.
Well, because you're bedridden right now, but
No, here's the thing. Sometimes I know the video game is there, and I'll go in and I'll pick the video game up and I'll go, you know what? I can do this for about a half an hour. It's a big day tomorrow, but I can do this about a half an hour. Next thing I know, the birds are chirping outside, the eyes are bloodshot. So yeah, sometimes I play video games, and I've got on a lot of games, about 500 hours on each of them. So I've played.
Oh, so you got skills.
No, I play poorly, but I play.
There you go.
So anyway, I do. If you're ever watching, I used to do the voice for America's Most Wanted.
Oh.
You know?
You were with John Walsh?
I fought, yeah, with John Walsh. Live from the Museum of Crime and Punishment, here's John Walsh. And John would come in on the motorcycle like a badass, and we'd fight crime with our voices.
This week we're after a fugitive by the name of John St. John. He's on the run somewhere in the Washington, D.C. area. For crimes that cannot be mentioned here out loud at this time.
That was you?
No, oh, hell no.
Yeah, you know, I actually acted a couple of characters on America's Most Wanted, and when you're done, they give you a business card with a producer's name, and they say, keep it in your wallet in case you accidentally get arrested by somebody who sees you in public and thinks you were the bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I saw him on TV, man.
You know, usually it's like they don't want to look in your wallet until after the full cavity search, so that's where it gets uncomfortable.
He's that child molester. I saw him on TV. No.
You know, it would just cut to the chase if you just keep the card there, to be honest. Right. Yes. So now, ladies and gentlemen, we move to our right.
Hi there. I used to be the king of MAGFest.
You still are.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not even invited to MAGFest, but I'm glad to be here at MAGLabs. I am still the king of Youmacon.
That's right.
Yeah.
And several other cons who I don't know why they make me king. I think it has something to do with Duke Nukem, right?
Hail to the king.
Maybe.
Hail to the king, baby. Anybody play Duke Nukem?
Yeah, I played it from time to time. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Anybody play Duke 3D back when you were, 8 years old?
How many people out there play Duke Nukem thinking about it have a semi-stiffy right now?
You three guys later on, right? We're going to form a human tripod. Damn. Which is also my nickname, the human tripod. Have you guys played Bulletstorm Full Clip Edition? Yeah. Okay, how many of you are Xbox One players? Hands in the air. You three, do you have copies of Bulletstorm Full Clip Edition? No. You do now. Come up here real quick and write your names on this card. And then,
Hey, do me a favor, write Wes
like
Johnson
Oprah,
at the
man.
top, would you please?
and this is so, if you can show up at my sexy, naughty late night party tonight at midnight, I'll have your games there. If you can't show up, that's why I need your name here, and so I can
didn't write
find
my
you
name,
later. So I have copies of the game for you, gentlemen. Thank you for playing. Just play Duke Nukem, not Grayson, when you play the game. Select Duke as your character.
Yeah.
He's way funnier. Grayson is badass. Steve Bloom did a great job as Grayson. He's badass. But Duke is just funnier because we rewrote so many.
Dance with the guy that brought you.
There you go. We rewrote so many lines for that game just so it would fit Duke. And though you can't get all the other voice actors involved in the game to come in and do this,
No.
so often the other characters will refer to me as Gray or Grayson, and I'll go, "Who the fuck are you talking to? Stop calling me that, asshole." So there's a lot of that kind of stuff. He's not in this game anymore. Fuck off. There's a lot of that. Oh, is this an 18+ panel? Anybody?
It has become.
Who in the room is not 18 years or older? Fucking A, we're good. and so y'all know who I am. I'm John, and up next is my buddy Michael.
Oh.
Was I that boring?
Sorry. No, not at all, not at all. My name is Michael Allen Rosen. I'm a world travel bon vivant and silly guy. I'm the guy who sits at the right hand of the king. And acolyte of the ukulele.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah. Big Bill Brody.
Will you play a tune tonight for us?
If you beg me.
We want to hear it, right?
You want to hear a tune?
Yeah.
Hey, why don't you open with a tune? Is that okay?
That's
Yeah,
lovely.
that's- yeah.
Well,
I
you're
love
gonna
that.
have to give me a suggestion.
Well, Mike, what about that? What was that song you did?
I Want Your
about,
Sex by George Michael.
The Christmas song, the one about the young lady.
Oh, A Letter to Santa. A Letter to Santa.
A Letter
yeah.
to Santa.
I will feature this song. Thank you for asking. This is one of my favorites. My body wrote this song, but my mind did not. This was written by a character of mine named Big Bill Brody. He's the guy who, well, he's just a big idiot, but...
How many aliases
unlike
do you
me,
have, Mike?
I'm not big.
Big Bill Brody is an alias. You also have.
Captain Cable, the pirate.
Yeah.
He's kind of... He's ashore now. Old Cable's hung up the sword and the pistol. It's too much work to be Cable.
Well, they won't let you bring the sword and the pistol in here anymore, will they?
Oh, no, that's
the
one of
first
the reasons
MAGFest you
I've
showed
retired
up
Old
wearing a
Cable.
sword and a pistol.
Anyway, yeah. Oh, I'm a bunch of other people. But anyway, Big Bill Brody's kind of like, I don't know, Dudley Do-Right. I'm going to save the day. Even though the day doesn't necessarily need saving. Here he comes. Big Bill here. Hi, kids. And so Big Bill is a big kid, and he actually wrote a letter to Santa Claus, and this is the content of that letter. The song is called A Letter to Santa Claus by Big Bill Brody. Dear Santa Claus, how you doing? This is Billy. Remember me? Oh, I know. It's been a long, long time. Well, I grew up. I'm 63. I never stopped believing in you. I just kind of outgrew all the toys. And I know you read every letter you get from all ages of girls and boys. So Santa, I don't need no games this year, and I no longer ride a bike. But maybe if you could see your way clear, there is one thing I really would like. Oh, I want a hooker for Christmas. That's the only present that I want. A real pretty tall girl, a real city call girl, and not some ordinary contemporary harlot. I see her wearing Christmas stockings, wrapped up in a big red bow. Oh, I want a hooker for Christmas, Santa, so give me a ho, ho, ho. Everybody now, I want a hooker for Christmas. That's the only present that I want. A real pretty tall girl, a real city call girl, and not some ordinary contemporary harlot. I see her wearing Christmas stockings, wrapped up in a big red bow. Oh, I want a hooker for Christmas, Santa. So give me the ho, 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 ho.
I love the Jingle Bells finish.
Thank you, thank you.
Nice touch.
Oh, Big Bill. He's such a kid.
Now, did you guys think that was an uncomfortable lyric at all? No? Not uncomfortable at all. I am going to pass out these reliefs of paper to each one of you here. Take a hold of these. I pulled up a couple of things where there was uncomfortable lyrics in music history. And what I'd love to do here, before we start, is get each one of these guys here. We'll pick out a song, and then you tell us who you want to read this as dramatic literature, and it will then be done. So we have Run for Your Life by the Beatles, Pumped Up Kicks, Foster the People, Blinded by the Light, and no, there are no douches in it. It's by Bruce.
It's the Springsteen version.
Yeah, it's the Springsteen version, Bruce Springsteen, who actually wrote it to begin with, and I love reading the message boards when you go to this, and people go, "Are you crazy? Springsteen covered that, man. It was Manfred Mann."
Oh, jeez.
And you know,
That's where get all your
Paul
education
McCartney did
from.
have a band before Wings, too.
You're wrong, man. You're wrong. There's 2 pages of that. Oh, thank you.
Oh, I think these are personal emails, too. I don't think I'm not supposed to have these. But your colonoscopy is next Wednesday.
Oh, no, here's some of the Deadpool
shame
scripts.
on
Those
you.
scripts under there. So the emails and my son's tickets to L.A. can be all put back over here.
Actually, folks, I'm heading to L.A.
This is a lovely song, Every Breath You Take by the Police.
Oh, the Paranoia song.
yes.
Stalker song.
Stalker song. So we have Run for Your Life. We have Pumped Up Kicks. We have Blinded by the Light and Every Breath You Take. What do you want to hear first? Every Breath You Take. And who would you like to have that read by?
Big Cat.
This one is perfect for Duke Nukem, though. Would you reconsider? I mean, I'll do Big the Cat, but
Yeah, Duke.
I'll tell you what. Maybe you'll grace us with a big later on something else.
oh, I got a big one for you later.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, Duke Nukem with the dramatic reading of Every Breath You Take by the Police.
Every breath you take, every move you make, every bond you break, every step you take, I'll be watching you. Every single day, every word you say, every fucking game you play, every night you stay, I'll be watching you. Oh, can't you see? You belong to me. My poor heart aches, right? With every step you take, every move you make, every vow you fucking break, every claim you stake.
I am allowed to embellish.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll be watching you. Since you've been gone, I've been lost without a trace. I dream at night, I can only see your face. I look around, but it's you I can't replace. I feel so cold, and I long for bullshit.
I keep crying, baby, baby, please. Duke, don't play that.
Say that. No, come on. Duke's got to say that.
I feel so cold and I long for your embrace. I keep crying, baby, baby. Please?
All right, then.
So that's where
That was a little weird.
That's where it got funny.
That's a little weird.
Now, Fraud, what voice would you like to grace us with? How about who feels that? Are you very good with tripping over words?
I think so.
All right, then we're going to go with "Blinded by the Light."
All right.
And tell me what voice would you like to do?
You know what? I think I'll go with the voice of Carl Sagan, if anything else.
Ooh,
All right.
I've heard that impression billions and billions of times. Will you just do one favor for me? Will you say douche instead of deuce?
Douche instead of deuce?
Yeah.
You got it.
Sweet.
Madman drummers, bummers, and Indians in the summer with a teenage diplomat. In the dumps with the mumps and the adolescent pumps his way into his hat.
What the fuck does that mean?
With a boulder on my shoulder, kind of feeling older, I tripped the merry-go-round. With this very unpleasant sneezing and wheezing, the calliope crashed to the ground. Some all-hot half-shot was heading for a hot spot, stepping fingers clapping his hands, and some fleshpot mascot was tied to a lover's knot with a whatnot in her hand.
I know what that was.
And now a young Scot with a slingshot finally found a tender spot and throws his lover in the sand, and some bloodshot forget-me-not whispers, "Daddy's within earshot, save the buckshot, turn up the band." And she was blinded by the light. Oh, cut loose like a douche, another runner in the night.
Yes.
Blinded by the light. She got down, but she never got tight. She'll make it all right.
Can you throw in a billions in the next one?
With billions and billions of stars in the galaxy.
We had to stop it there because this just goes on for pages and pages. And if you start thinking about the lyrics on that one, you start, you're like, what? In the dumps with the mumps as the adolescent pumps his way into his hat. It's better than somebody else's hat, I'll tell you that.
Well, early Springsteen, he was just trying to rhyme, I guess.
Yeah. Or maybe he was just writing what he was doing at the time. Who knows?
Wow. Tripping on acid.
Now, Mike?
Yes?
There are two more left. I'd kind of like to do Run for Your Life as Lucy and LaChance.
As who?
But Lucy and LaChance. But I would... So soon they forget.
So he doesn't want you to do Run for Your Life.
I would want you to do Pumped Up Kicks.
Well, okay.
But
all right.
I think
I am not familiar with that song.
I like Don Knotts for Pumped Up Kicks.
Oh, God, yes.
How many people out there know Don Knotts? Barney Fife, yeah?
That's right. Barney Fife.
Nobody does a better Don Knotts impression than this man right here. And we're going to use him again later as Don Knotts because you can't have too much of it.
No.
But this one here, this one here, it's just, you can...
Nah, I don't know how the song goes.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Read it as poetry.
I'm not familiar with the song. But if you will, I'd like to do two different Donalds, Don Knotts and Don Rickles.
Nice.
Okay.
All right, you hockey
do
puck.
the first
All right.
two lyrics as Don Knotts, and then the second two lyrics
How about the
as
first
Don Rickles.
stanza as Don Knotts and the second stanza as Don Rickles?
All right.
Beauty.
Because they seem to repeat
No, you don't
themselves
think?
after.
I don't know.
Well, I like the idea
All right,
of
two lines.
the chorus as Don Knotts. But then, give
Okay.
us give us the first full two. Give us the first lyric, then the chorus.
I'll do
and then
two
the first
lines
lyric.
or two.
Yeah.
And then what
The first two lines, the first two paragraphs there, I want you to do as Don
Oh,
Knotts.
Lines or paragraphs?
First two paragraphs. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So basically, it's the first stanza, and then it's the.
But this is going to go great when we actually go live with this. But
Yeah.
I'm sorry for I really want to do it.
We're all following along with the home game, right?
I'm going to do
All right.
Don Knotts, Don Rickles, Don Knotts, Don Rickles. Here we go. Robert's got a quick hand. He'll look around the room. He won't tell you his plan. He's got a rolled cigarette hanging out of his mouth. He's a cowboy kid. Yeah, I found a 6-shooter gun in his dad's closet. Oh, and a box of fun things. I don't even know what he's coming for you. Yeah, he's coming for you. And all the other kids with the pumped up kicks, you better run. Oh, you better run. Outrun my gun. I don't even know what that means. All right, all the other kids with pumped down kick, you better run. You better run from my gun. Oh yeah, believe that. All the other kids, I'm saying this again. All the other kids with the rubbed out kids, yeah, you better pump the gun, you better do something. All right, hey, take it, Don. Well, Daddy works a long day, and he's coming home late, Well, he's bringing me a big surprise, because dinner's in the kitchen, and it's packed in ice. I've waited a long time. Yeah, the sight of my hand is now quick. I pull trigger. I reason with my cigarette, and I say your hair's on fire, and you must have lost your wits, yeah. And all the other kids with the pumped-up kicks, you better run, better run. What am I doing here with these lyrics? All the other kids, you give me the same line.
Give me a little bit of that as Don Knotts, just that chorus there, all the other
All
kids.
the other kids with the pumped-up kicks, you better run, outrun my gun. All the other kids with the pumped-up kicks, you better run, faster than my bullet.
It's only one bullet.
Well, it's fast. You better run. All the other kids with the pumped-up kicks, you better run, mister. You better run, fella. Better outrun my gun. All the other kids with the pumped-up kicks, you better run, mister. Better run, fella.
That was awesome.
Well, thanks.
It was like TV Land, wasn't it? Now this one is one of the lovely songs by the Beatles, who evidently had no problems cheating on their wives, but if you cheated on them, well, it's like messing around with Vegas. They've got a place out in the sand for you out in the field.
This is pretty much.
I know you
it was
selected a
John.
voice for it already, but as I look at this, Bill Shatner.
Oh, William Shatner. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Or
you're
Kirk.
right. I think Lucy and LaChance would have been a little on the nose, so let's try
Well,
Shatner.
when you look at the rhythm,
yeah. All right. Bill Shatner, Captain James T. Kirk, the Beatles. Well, I'd rather see you dead, little girl, than to be with another man. You better keep your head, little girl, or I won't know where I am. You better run for your life if you can, little girl. Hide your head in the sand, little girl. If I catch you with another man, that's the end. Ah, little girl.
Mr. Tambourine Man!
Nice.
I don't know why he hasn't cut that yet. That would be perfect for him.
Oh, Lucy in the Sky was so good.
Yeah. Now, how many of you have filled out your cards out there? Do you have your cards in your hand? All right, if you have your cards in your hand, bring them up and set them in front of the person you would like to have read them. Bring them on up real quick. If you haven't filled them out, look for a pen, look for a card, write any random phrase of any kind. All right. Random phrase. Thank you very much.
I would like to record that if it's okay. It's G-rated.
Well, hang on. It's not done yet. So sit down. We'll call you up.
Yeah.
Face up, face down.
Face up, face down. Doesn't matter. We're going to read them eventually.
That's what I told her.
Yeah.
Face up, face down, I don't care.
All righty.
Hey, can I plug my panel while I'm here? Can you go a second? Tonight at midnight in this very room, John St. John's Sexy Naughty Late Night Party.
Oh, yeah.
Bring a date if you wanna. It's not a bad idea. If you don't have a date, you'll probably hook up with somebody anyway after the panel. It's gonna be sexy naughty fun tonight at midnight.
I understand you bought props. Are these part of them? Shells and white cheddar?
No.
Shells and white
No, do you have dildos and vibrators in there? Then no.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Brenda Becker.
With a pocket full of shells and white cheddar.
The white cheddar is your code word for happy ending, correct?
No, that's my safe word.
Oh. That's got to get confusing.
How you doing, bud?
Good to see you. Are you guys ending at 8 or 8:30? I don't even
8:45 is what I saw in guidebook. 8:45.
8:45? Okay. All right.
What? Do you need the room?
No.
Oh, good.
Do you
make yourself comfy.
We'll send people your way. We're doing great soda debate in about 15 minutes.
Okay. Great soda debate.
What do you debate about sodas?
Well, whether
Why Faygo is better than Zima or shit, Shasta?
Dr. Pepper,
Faygo.
a real doctor or not?
Moxie. I want to taste a Moxie.
Balls of drink.
most of the shit in here is stuff that we have never had before.
Really?
There is teriyaki beef jerky soda.
Ew.
Buffalo wing soda.
Yum, ooh.
You should grab the mic and tell us about these things here. Yeah.
Oh, that's disgusting, Brendan.
Is there any onion, barbecue,
disgusting.
We'll tell you what wins afterwards, but so we're
Chipotle?
running the
Worst soda ever.
Turn it around so we can
Undescended
all
testicle
you're gonna see
and
is my
lime.
fridge.
white cheddar soda.
Here. Oh my,
Wow, we
it's
haven't-
revealed. Wait. Da-da,
The lovely
da-da,
Carol Maryland
da-da,
standing.
da-da, yeah.
Ta-da!
It's a new car!
So now that you've seen everything it has to reveal, you're probably not going to want to leave here. But in 15 minutes, we're going to put these up in a tournament bracket. We've actually bracketed it out. And we're going to, rate maple cream against vanilla cream and lime lemon against lemon lime and all sorts of shit that we've never heard of.
Can we place bets on these brackets? Can we put money down on it?
Yeah, money and.
How much to get in?
I would say you should put M points down. Wait, do we have M points for labs? I don't know if we pulled that
I
off.
don't know what that is. Can I put cash down and
Sure, just give it to me and I'll tell you who wins.
I trust you completely, Brendan.
It was worth a shot.
Ladies and gentlemen, Brendan Becker is a very special person. He created MAGFest. He is the reason we're all here today. And it's not just anybody that we let walk in front of a panel and suddenly flash their wares to everybody in the room.
So when somebody asks, "Who's your daddy?" He is.
He is the daddy.
No pressure.
To be fair, I did buy it from a guy and paid off half of his debt. And
Yeah.
How much did they
I
pay?
used
Dude,
to own
you're
it.
still so
Now it's a
cool.
501c3.
Hey, wait. How much did you sell it for?
Didn't. I just wanted my money back.
Oh no.
I can tell stories about delivering Domino's and taking a paycheck and putting it into MAGFest and a paycheck putting it into my rent later or something. I think that's
Yeah.
impeding on VOICE-A-PALOOZA time.
So
a little
you're
bit,
doing
but
better now, though, right?
No.
You were delivering for Pizza Hut now.
So if anybody would like to buy a soda from Brendan, where will you be?
Buy it.
Actually, we're going to
Panel
pass
two.
a hat and take up a collection for
Yeah,
Brendan later.
yeah.
The Brendan Becker Lonely Hearts Club Band.
Now, wait a minute. If people right now can run up here and stuff a dollar bill into your pants belt line right there, can they? If you got a dollar and want to tuck it in,
I would rather they
this is
aim
your
for the
last
pocket
chance and
unless-
maybe your only chance.
Stopper
There's
alert.
one. Come in and tuck them in.
Stop it.
Everybody, come on
Oh
now.
my.
Bring your dollar
Stop
up.
it.
Oh, see,
Is
that's the
this-
one I got.
Stop it. Stop it.
Oh, wait, no.
Stop it.
That's
Some modesty.
This thing on.
some modesty. Whoa. John is
at him.
making it rain.
Do you
at
take
him.
fives?
Yes.
But where do you take them?
Dude.
Where do I take them? I don't know. This is.
Did you stuff him in his pants?
They are in his pants. Yeah.
My pants have legit been stuffed.
In the pan.
Okay, now you can buy some of
I
those
really
sodas.
did not expect this would happen when I walked in here, but I'm very, very thankful for all of you, especially John's wallet, but all of you.
So were you making change there, or were you just happy to
It's a
see it?
beautiful thing.
I mean, which one do you want it to be, Wes?
Ooh.
I have your home address and phone number.
Oh my!
We'll see you later.
Bye.
Hey now.
You guys are gonna be bumping bellies later, aren't you?
I mean,
Come on, I can feel
possible.
the love. I just want in.
do you want in or do you want in and out?
Just
And-
the tip.
and
Just
out.
the
And
tip.
in.
Just giving you a tip, sir.
Get it in and out.
All right, guys. Have an awesome rest of panel. We're going to go and do, I don't know what we're going to do with
Service
this.
yourself.
All right, everybody,
We're gonna
I want
go
you all
puke.
at one time to say our new safe word, white cheddar. You ready? White cheddar. Let's hear it for Brendan Becker, everybody.
Yo!
That's how you make the white cheddar. Yes, sir.
Jerky that turkey.
All right, so where were we?
I completely forgot.
Oh, we're going to read some cards here.
yes.
So
The cards.
let's start off with Fraud over here. Pull out your favorite card and read it in a voice. Tell us what voice, and there you go.
Okay. Swiggity swooty, I'm coming for that booty. That was a little bit of Al Pacino right there.
Very nice.
Round of applause. That's really what it
Now,
deserves.
guys, you can respond with polite golf applause if you like. Let's try that. Very lovely. You can get crazy, wild applause. Or you can start the wave from this side. Everybody just stand and move across the room. Wow. That was horrible.
Can you give the golf clap? Can you do the golf clap?
Let's try it again.
Right, and if you ever get the golf clap, a little shot of penicillin, clear that right up. Just saying. If you get a hole in one, and never mind.
There's
All right,
the
this
beatnik
one-
snap, too, right? The beatnik snap.
They wanted this one to be Duke.
Make a note. Back 9.
Back 9. They wanted to do Duke and the Silver Shroud in this one. Are you okay with that? All right, let's try. You start off with Duke.
Penis.
Is that your penis?
Oh, jeez.
And welcome to the delicious dish. Try the sweaty balls.
This is public broadcasting.
And I want to do one other here real quick as Mo Cronin. Clam chowder. That was it.
Okay, there's no voices assigned to these. I guess I just read them, right?
You can read them in any voice you wish.
All right, Patrick Stewart, Captain Jean-Luc Picard of the Federation Starship Enterprise. I got sand in my bikini, and my pussy made a pearl that I like to have licked.
I always knew you had a pussy.
It's great fun. It's a temporal anomaly.
I'm not going to say it. Well, you know... Never mind. I got to save it for midnight, folks.
Well, how about
Holding out on it.
If I show up, you want to do a dirty captain off?
We'll have to do that now.
Shatner versus...
No, we'd have to do it now. We can't do it
now.
at midnight.
Okay.
Sounds interesting, number one.
Mr. Data, tell Mr. Kirk where he can shove it.
I don't need a robot to tell me where I can shove it. I've been shoving it since you were in diapers.
Why are you talking like that? Why are you saying it like that? Can't you speak in a regular rhythm? What is your problem?
I am a real man with a full head of hair.
Yes, and you'll fuck a green pussy too, won't you, Kirk?
You bring me any color.
Well, you know what they say, they're all pink inside.
Except on Valiant 3. They're the psychedelic.
Set course for Valium 3.
I think you're on.
Oh, well, I got the line. There's no voice suggestion, so I thought I'd read the line as, I forgot to mention one of my creds is, I'm the voice of Cobb, okay? So Fallout 3 and 4. So here's the line, read as Gob. Look, you know what? I'm not reading that. That's disgusting.
Oh, I found a good Big the Cat one.
Oh, good.
That's actually what the line said, but.
I'll suck your dick for a cup of coffee.
You know, it's good when you can find a line that actually keeps the character, you know?
Keeping it alive, baby.
Now, I would like to have you guys go to the end of your scripts, the last 4 pages. This one is already precast. It starts with yes, yes. Now, what kind of deal do you think that cop, look at that line there. None of these are marked.
Oh, yes, yes.
Do you see it?
Yes, yes.
So what we are going to do, this one has already been precast. What we'd like, Farad, is if you would be the narrator on this one. So you read all the directions and all the special effects on this. Yeah. And this is going to be a scene from the movie, Thelma and Louise. Only in this one, Thelma is played by Duke Nukem, and Louise is played by Shea Gorath. They are going to come in contact with a dirty old trucker who will be voiced by Don Knotts. So let's start off with they are both laughing, and that would be you, Fraud.
Okay. They are both laughing. The car is still flying down the road. The sun is coming higher in the sky now. They come to an intersection in the middle of nowhere. Louise stops and looks at the map.
We should head a little further in. There's not that many roads in this state. I want to try to hit Mexico somewhere not close to New Mexico. They probably want to kill us in New Mexico.
The page that starts with yes, yes?
Yeah.
Oh, down there. You skipped all the stuff at the top.
Yes.
Oh.
You're driving.
Louise takes a right turn and speeds down the road. External, desert road, day. Louise and Thelma are singing along to a wild R&B song. They do the hand movements as if they are the Supremes. They come roaring up on the semi-taker, the same one they had seen 3 times before.
Oh my God, Louise, look! Look! See if that's him.
It's him! He's got California plates. It's the same guy.
Pass him.
Louise bears down really hard and passes him. Again, as they sit right next to him, he blows kisses at them. He is leering at them and laughing. Louise and Thelma drive further down the road. Louise pulls the car off to the side of the road. As the truck gets close, they start waving to him and stop. He pulls his truck off to the side of the road and stops. Angle on, Louise and Thelma smiling at him. He chuckles to himself. He leans out the window.
Hi.
Hi there. You all right?
We're fine. How are you?
I'm great.
Follow us!
They turn off into a dirt road and pull to a stop. The trucker reaches over and opens the glove compartment crammed full of condoms. He grabs a few and shoves them in his pocket. He turns off his engine and gets out of the truck. He walks up to the car. Thelma and Louise get out of the car.
Where you going?
Well, Fresno.
We've been seeing you all along the way.
Yeah, I've been seeing you too.
We think you have really bad manners.
Louise nods.
We were just wondering where you think you get off, behaving like that to women you don't even know.
This is not what is supposed to be happening.
What? What are you talking about?
You know good and damn well what I'm talking about.
I mean, really? That business with your tongue? What is that? That's disgusting.
And oh my God, that other thing, that pointing to your lap, what's that supposed to mean exactly? Does that mean pull over? I want to show you what a big fat slob I am,
Or does that mean suck my dick?
You women are crazy.
You got that right.
Yeah, we think you should apologize.
He is getting a little panicky.
I'm not apologizing for shit.
Say you're sorry.
Well, fuck that.
Louise pulls the gun they stole from the state patrolman.
Say you're sorry, or we'll make you fucking sorry.
He looks at the gun.
Oh, Jesus.
You probably even called us beavers on your CB radio, didn't you?
Well, sure did.
Damn, I hate that. I hate being called a beaver, don't you?
Are you going to apologize or not?
Well, fuck you.
Louise looks at his truck off in the distance. She points the gun at it, takes a second to get a bead, and then shoots 2 of the tires flat. The truck slowly sinks as the air escapes from the tires.
Well, goddamn. You bitch. You're a bitch. You know that? You're a bitch.
Louise and Thelma look at each other. They both turn towards the truck and fire rounds into the tankers until they explode in a ball of fire. The truck driver screams at the top of his lungs.
Andy!
Louise starts the car and starts driving in circles around the truck driver. Thelma and Louise are both howling at the top of their lungs. Thelma is sitting on the back of the front seat with her legs on the dashboard.
You fucking bitch! You know what? You're gonna have to pay for that. I'm gonna make you pay for that. You hear me?
Louise starts the car right next to him.
Shut up.
Louise takes off again, and Thelma falls into the back seat. They drive off, trailing in a large cloud of dust.
The end. I thought you made a fantastic Thelma, Duke.
Is it my cleavage?
She did have a great rack. I mean, come on.
Uh-oh.
You know, I actually had to get membership in the AF of LCIO to get this gig.
Are you ready to read another couple of lines, guys?
What? We're doing some lines?
No, these.
No.
Oh, we're reading. Okay.
That's for later, your other show. All right, Fard, what you got? Rod, what you got there?
Thank you. Let her go, you addle-pated, foul-complexioned scofflaw. Voice I have.
Who's been hiding that in him all this time? Here we go. This one here. We'll do this one they want as Hermaeus Mora. And it's a question for you, John.
What is felching?
Really? Who in the room does not know what felching is? Put your hand in the air if you do not know what felching is.
Oh, no.
Summer children.
Okay, I don't need to. Everybody, mostly everybody knows, so I don't need to tell them.
know what felching is.
Young lady, just go ahead and Google it.
No, don't.
I'll say it real quick, but you're not going to like it. Do you want to know right now what it is? Yes. Sucking the cum out of your lover's ass with a straw.
I told you I didn't want to know.
Or depending upon the size of the job, a garden hose.
Wow. And a sump pump. If you're banging an elephant in the ass, I don't know.
This is still live, going on over the air. Just wanted to find out.
No, I think we're canceled now, but...
Oh, for God's sake, really? Are we live over there?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Remember, kids, we've used these words in a sentence.
If that doesn't make them run for the Roget's thesaurus, I don't know what will.
Is it your turn or my turn?
I think it's your turn.
It's my turn? Okay. No voice on this. I'm going to do it like a narrator thing. In 1965, Vietnam seemed just like another foreign war. But it wasn't. It was different in many ways. And so were many of those who did the fighting. In World War II, the average age of the soldier was 26. In Vietnam, it was 19. That's it.
Nice. That was lovely.
Who wrote that? Put your hand up. Who wrote that? Who wrote that? Are you in the military? What was your inspiration behind that? Paul Hardcastle's 19? Really? I freaking nailed it. I must be psychotic. I mean psychic. No, 19.
Now, Mike?
Yes?
Have you ever heard me do any of the Washington Capitals goal calling?
That one's a good one.
Oh! Have you heard?
From the penalty box, baby, go!
When you're done with this, I'm going to have John do this because somebody had the balls to send up a Pittsburgh Penguins goal call to me. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Oh, yes. See, I'm not going to do it, but I'll pass it on and let somebody else do the goal call for you.
Cool. Can we all do one?
Yeah, everybody can do it.
Oh, sweet.
And you can use as many foul lines. Here's the thing. There's a couple of people on here. Some guy by the name of Sidney Crosby, some guy by the name of Chris Letang, and some guy named Connor Sheary. You can give them all nicknames if you'd like as you're doing the call.
Who are those guys?
I don't know.
No, I'm serious. I mean, I know you're joking, but I'm not. I have no clue. Are they hockey players?
Hockey
yeah.
players.
For what team?
Pittsburgh Penguins.
Oh, fuck them. I figured that would go over well.
Nice.
I know nothing about hockey.
You know how to play a room, sir.
Okay, well.
Now, Mike, what do you have over there?
Wait a minute, you're already rolling, man.
You want to go with this, and then we'll do yours?
Yeah, all right.
All right, well, let's pass it along. I'm not going to do this. I just won't do this. But everybody gets a chance to call the hockey goals, get fired up, and give any nicknames you want to, was it Bing Crosby? Yeah,
Big Crosby, exactly, yeah. Hi, the Pittsburgh goal scored by number 87, Mr. Sidney Three-Legged Crosby, assisted by number 58, Chris No-Face Letang, and number 43, Connor Sherry at 13:37 of the second. Holy cow.
Nice little Harry carry there on that. By the way, one of those legs is much, much smaller than the others. There we go.
Okay, wait. And please, Wes, you know I love you unconditionally. I've never been to a hockey game in my life.
I won't do this. I'll give you a capital.
How does it go? How does it go? I don't know.
It would be something like Capitals goal scored by number 8, Alex Ovechkin. Assist by number 19, Nicklas Backstrom. Assist by, and I'm going to throw this one out there to the late lamented, number 88, Nate Schmidt. Time of the goal every time we play Pittsburgh.
Yes!
Okay, so you stretch out the names.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The Pittsburgh goal scored by number 87, Sidney Dick Stick Crosby. Assisted by number 58, Chris Suck My Letang. And number 43, Connor the Dickhead Sherry at 13:37 of the second, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know. I would make a very good
That
hockey
sounded just like a
announcer.
Pittsburgh home game.
You're calling me a douchebag. Just call me a douchebag.
Yeah, let Mike try it. Who you want?
Do what? This now? After you did it? No.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's hard to read, I know.
Well, yeah.
Whose handwriting is that?
And I'm not a sports guy. I had another thing in mind, man. I had another thing in mind. I had a line that I was getting on.
Yeah, no, okay, well, that's okay. I think we've
covered this part.
We've covered that one, yeah.
You nailed it.
Go!
Did they nail it or not? Listen to that harmony, man. That was good. Do that again.
And upstairs they're going, oh, Harry, the Christians are back.
Hey, do you Mag people still do that goddamn Colossus roar thing? I used to fucking hate that.
My favorite was the day you came in and they scheduled a voice actor panel at like 9 in the morning on a Saturday morning, and after Friday night you came in with the sunglasses on like Tim Allen in Galaxy Quest, and you were making your way down the aisle, and we welcomed them all up, and they said, hey, everybody, let's give a great big Colossus roar for John St. John. You were going to murder me.
I had the worst hangover I've had in years, and I was up until 4:30 drinking, and you wanted me on your 10:30 or 9:30 a.m. panel?
Yeah.
That's what friends are for. And then he has to do the Colossus roar, and I thought my brains were going to drip out of my ears, honest to God.
Wow, that was bad.
So, fuck you again.
I'm sorry. It's
All right, trying to follow that now. I got a line here on a little card that someone thing, and I think it's a beautiful line.
Mike,
here.
pull your microphone
I'm going
up
to
a little.
deliver it though.
Pull it up. Pull it up your mic a little bit.
He's a lowrider.
What?
Yeah, pull it up just a touch.
Pull it up.
There we go.
Okay,
That's
like
what
that.
she said.
Okay, very good. Now I want to do this as Jack Burns, but I'm going to need an Avery Shriver.
You guys, how many out there remember Burns and Shriver?
Nobody.
You're all so young.
I'm TV land again.
One,
here.
you remember Burns and
TV
Shriver?
land again. But you
Franken
have
and
seen-
Davis?
You have seen Jack Burns. I know if you watch any television at all in the last... anyway, it doesn't matter if you've seen him or not. This is a great thing. You know what to do. Ready? Okay.
Sorry.
Let me tell you, my friend, let me tell you, after I saw her marvelous melons, I had to have, I saw her marvelous melons, you know what I mean?
Huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
I'm the huh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, you're
After I saw her marvelous melons, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
You know what I mean, huh?
Yeah, her melons.
I know what you mean. After I saw her marvelous melons, I had to have, my friend, I had to have a private tug of war. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, tug of war.
All right. Where there are no losers.
No, we all are, I think.
I tried. Jack Burns is still alive. Look him up. He is a marvelous person.
Their comedic
He's
timing was
wonderful.
so perfect too, man. They were
Like
they
that.
were great.
I tried.
All right, guys, we have to get going. We only got an hour left, so we got to do a video game. We've got a couple of these things. I want to do a Deadpool script. Who wants to hear Deadpool?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I want to go to. Let's start off. We've got page 39.
Really? Because my pages have, look,
62, that's right. We're going to, let's start off with page 1 first. Now, we'll start off having.
Is there a page 1?
Yeah, it is. Go to the end. They're all out of order. Here, right in the middle.
Page 1.
Keep going till you get 63, 65, then you'll find page 1.
Wow,
There
these
it
are
is.
all over the place. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's it. Oh,
Okay.
nope. Next one. What?
63,
What's one in front of that one? What's one in front of that one there? One more.
What?
That's it. No,
Yeah.
you're missing one.
Am I?
Yeah.
This is all part of the show, folks.
What page numbers am I looking for? They're the ones with the dots, I guess.
Yeah. Guys, just talk amongst yourselves for a few minutes.
Here's a 1.
That's a 1. That's a 1. There we go.
And a 1.
All right. So if you were to play Deadpool, who would you play him as?
Where does it start?
1.
You got 1? You got page 1?
Yeah, I think
All right. Now, Fard, I would like you to be the cabbie.
Okay.
You are Dopinder.
Dopinder.
1 and 3.
You know where we're going.
1, 2.
All right.
1, 2, 3.
We're going to take this to page 4.
And
Terribly
4.
confusing. I got it.
We got to start on page 4?
No, we're taking 1 to 4. We're going 1 to 4 on this.
Okay.
All right. And Mike,
Yes?
how about if you do the narrator in this one?
The narrator.
The narrator.
Narrator.
So you just read
narrator.
exterior, interior, taxi cab, morning, and read the whole thing. This is basically Dopinder and Deadpool. So, any voice you would like to use for Dopinder?
I'm trying to think of one.
Any particular voice you want for the narrator?
Yeah. Let's go
Any
with the
you would
narrator
like.
first here.
How about a Gary Owens narrator?
That would be lovely. That would be lovely. And how
Yeah.
about you for Deadpool?
Oh, Big the Cat.
Big the Cat is Deadpool.
Yeah,
Okay.
why not?
All right.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the beginning of the movie Deadpool, featuring as your narrator Mike Rawson as Gary Owens, as Dopinder. It is Farad Mohammed. Come on, and in the voice of Big the Cat, John St. John as Deadpool.
This is going to be ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
Mike, start with 1 exterior, interior.
1. Exterior, interior.
Make up your mind.
Taxi cab, morning. Deadpool, in full dress reds and mask, quietly fidgets in a back seat of a taxi cab as it proceeds along a city freeway. Deadpool adjusts the 2 katanas strapped to his back, rolls the windows up, down, up, tries futilely to untwist the seatbelt, then lunges forward, locking it up, rifles through a tourist booklet, and tears out a haunted Segway tour coupon. The cabbie, young, thin, brown, glances back and forth from the rear view to the road to the rear view.
Oh. Kind of lonesome back here.
Cut to Deadpool wedging himself through the opening between the back seat and the front. His 2 katanas don't cooperate, catching on the plexiglass, stalling him mid-torso.
Little help?
The cabbie grabs Deadpool's hand and helps him through to the front. Deadpool's head rests upside down the bench seat as he maneuvers his legs through. The cabbie turns the helping hand into a handshake, then turns down the juice.
Dopinder.
Pool, Deadpool.
Why the fancy red suit, Mr. Poole?
It's like Christmas Day up in there. Been waiting 1,822 days, 3 hours, and 36 minutes for this shit.
Deadpool turns himself right side up in the front seat. He is yoked to the gills and armed to the teeth. Twin katanas, twin Desert Eagle 50 caliber pistols. Deadpool grabs Dopinder's open bag of corn nuts.
Is that code?
Dopinder isn't quick enough to stop him. Deadpool gazes out the window onto the city, a teeming, sooty urban sprawl that looks almost post-apocalyptic. Deadpool turns up his mask. Dopinder catches a glimpse of the bottom of the scarred face and quickly looks away. Deadpool eats the corn nuts. Crunch. Crunch. Points.
Nice.
Dopinder eyes his Daffodil Daydream air freshener and takes a deep breath through his nose.
Yeah, it smells good, yo.
Not the Daffodil God damn it. Not the Daffodil Daydream, the girl.
A picture of a young Indian woman is taped to the dash.
Yeah, Gita. She's quite lovely. She was supposed to make me a very agreeable wife. Mom and Dad chose her rather excellently. But Gita's heart has been stolen by my cousin Bandu. Bandu is dishonorable as he is attractive.
Dopinder, I'm starting to think that I'm in this cab for a reason.
Because you hailed it?
No, my slender brown friend. To give you one crucial piece of advice, love is a beautiful thing. When it finds you, the whole world smells like a daffodil daydream.
Deadpool's own heartbreak is palpable. He takes another deep, cleansing breath.
So hold on to love tight, Dopinder. Go at Bandu hard. Get Gita back, or else the whole world will taste just like Mama June after hot yoga.
And how does Mama June taste?
Like two hobos making love under a drizzle of Limburger.
God damn.
I could go all day like this. Point is, bad.
Deadpool chucks the bag of corn nuts into the back seat and pulls out his pistols. He starts chambering shells into 2 magazines. Suddenly, he frantically pats himself down like a Hollywood agent who can't find his phone.
Shit! My extra mags. I usually leave them right by the door so I'll trip over them. Someone must have moved them.
Interior, Deadpool's lair, day. A blind, late 70s African-American woman, in a, doesn't matter, in a purple floral dress. I'm sorry, it doesn't.
She's an American, whatever, yeah.
It's a woman, and she's African-American in a purple floral dress, enters the front door, falls as she trips over an I Heart Hello Kitty duffel bag of ammunition, picks it up and carries it off.
Shall we turn back?
No time, not today. 10, 11, 12, or bust. Right here.
The cab screeches to a stop on the shoulder of the highest freeway in a massive interchange of freeways. Dopinder halts the meter and hands Deadpool his card.
Here's my card. That's $27.50.
Ooh, I never carry a wallet when I'm working. It ruins the lines of my suit. How about a crisp high five?
Dopinder stares out as he and Deadpool slap skin. Deadpool gets out of the cab.
Be sure to ask me again.
I owe you one. Merry Christmas, Dopinder.
And a convivial Tuesday in April to you, too, Pool guy, whatever.
Deadpool
and the end.
The door.
That was a little strange.
I mean, the movie could have gone just like that.
Very strange. Very strange.
Now, do we want to try? You know what? Let's just move on to page 59.
59.
Double R Diner Night.
All right.
And we've got Twin Peaks, the very first episode. Let's see how many characters we have here. We have Shelley, Truman, Cooper. Norma. So we got Shelley, we got Norma. So.
And the log lady.
and the log lady.
We're
want me to narrate
We're
this
going to
time?
need a female voice.
Yeah, we might need a female voice. How many female voices do we have out there? All right, we're gonna cast some people up here. So come on up to the stage if you want to try out real quick.
What about this one?
That sounds lovely. Take the mic right here. Take the mic right here. And what line should we have each of them say, John? Would you like to pass a line over to them?
Oh, from here?
Actually, you know what? Let's. You read this line right here. Look to the crowd. Find a voice. Read that line right there.
I fucked the entire cast of Friends.
Perfect. Hold on to your card. Hold on to your card. Let's see. Okay, this is a good one. Read this card right here. There you go.
Watch out.
Oh, look to the crowd. You're trying to sell them
Watch
now.
out. He can sense your fear. Brace yourself for the pee-pee poo-poo doo-doo man.
I like it.
Hey, we didn't write it, folks. All right, lovely. Pass the microphone on.
Oh, my.
Now, let's see.
All right.
Okay, you take this one right here and say that out to people. And remember, folks, listen to these voices. One of them is going to be tagged to play every female in Twin Peaks.
Or just tagged.
Oh, my.
Why would anyone do drugs when they can just mow a lawn?
All right. So, by your applause, whether it be golf applause, let's try it. Wild applause.
Yeah!
Or the wave. Okay, the wave, of course, being the highest. Golf applause being, thank you for participating. And wild cheers, yeah, you did all right. So, let's start with mow a lawn, lady. All right, let's go with, what was yours there? What did you have?
Pee-pee poo-poo doo-doo.
Yes, poo-poo pee-pee lady. Oh, we've got a wave going on there. That was really diverse. We had little golf applause and the wave at the same time. And fuck the entire cast of Friends.
Yeah!
I think we're going to have to go with the pee-pee poo-poo lady.
Yeah.
So is that okay? We just keep calling you that? We'll just, can we just call you pee-pee for short?
I'll take it.
All right, well, come on up here, grab the mic, grab the seat over there next to Fry.
The narrator.
I'll do that.
Yes, you can be the narrator on this one.
We may have the new June foray tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
No, it can happen. No problem.
Now,
Oh, wait, this is not the right one.
who is Sheriff Truman?
I'll read off yours.
All right, wait a minute, I've got a script for you.
I'm flexible.
Wait a minute, you get your own script.
Oh, I do?
Yeah.
I'm so special.
Unless you're clairvoyant and you can just...
All right.
I'm not that lucky, unfortunately.
Okay.
All right, here we go. There is your script for Twin Peaks. Look at this mess in front of me. I'm going to leave it here for everybody who comes in after. They'll love us.
Cool. I'm going to write dirty words all over these.
So who would you guys like to play Sheriff Truman?
The sheriff?
Don Knotts.
Don Knotts, the sheriff? Okay, so you're Sheriff Truman there. It's Don Knotts.
Well, I'll step up to the gig.
Now, John would like to be the narrator for this one. So would you like me or Farad to be Cooper?
Do Cooper as a super mutant.
Cooper as a super mutant?
Cooper mutant.
Okay.
You will.
Now I'm gonna have to take one of the ladies away from you and give it to Farad then.
What?
I know. Farad, would you rather be Shelley, the young foxy Shelley? Would you rather be Peggy Lipton, the sort of older but still foxy owner of the restaurant?
Is that Norma?
Norma, yeah.
As long as she's foxy.
Yeah, and Norma's the bigger role, by the way.
Yeah.
So you want to do Norma?
That's Norma, yeah.
All right, that sounds lovely. And any voices that you have that you think would be very Norma-esque?
Johnny Carson.
Johnny Carson. All right. So we've got Don Knotts as Sheriff Truman. We have the Super Mutants as Agent Dale Cooper. We have Johnny Carson as Norma, and we have our old pal Pee-Pee here. Playing both Shelley and the Log Lady. You'll have to surprise us with different voices, okay? Distinctly different voices for Shelley and the Log Lady. Ladies and gentlemen, beginning our journey into Twin Peaks.
Okay, I'm going to do the narrator as
John St.
Smithers and Burns from The Simpsons.
Excellent, excellent.
Yes, excellent. 39. Internal shot, the double R diner, nighttime.
Mr. Burns, the diner's bustling with dinner traffic, sir. Truman and Cooper are seated at the counter. Shelley pours them some coffee.
Can I get you anything else to go with that, Sheriff?
Well, Agent Cooper here might want to try a slice of pie.
Cherry pie!
Best in the Tri-Counties.
And could you ask Norma to stop by for a second, Shelley?
Sure thing.
Nothing's a sure thing, Shelley. Shelley Johnson with a J.
Husband's a trucker, Leo. Minor rap sheet.
Yes, Cooper nods, makes a note as he sips his coffee, and he puts the notebook away as he looks around and sees that log lady seated a couple of chairs away.
Cradling her leg and drinking coffee. Cooper looks back at Truman, sir.
Log lady.
Right.
Hi.
She makes a sour face.
And Cooper turns back to Truman.
Can I ask her about her log?
Well, many have.
Yes, and Cooper ponders his choice.
Norma Jennings comes out of the kitchen with a piece of cherry pie. Moves Cooper and Truman and sets down the pie, sir.
Evening, Harry.
Norma, I'd like to have you meet Special Agent Dale Cooper.
Bureau of Investigation.
Norma Jennings.
I understand your husband. Oh, Henry Jennings is serving 27 months in state prison for manslaughter.
That is right. I have also a cousin named Sue who runs a beauty shop in downtown Butte, Montana.
Yes, then Cooper takes a bite of pie, closes his eyes, excellent, and slips into an ecstatic state.
Maybe I should come back with a dinner menu.
Well, no need for me. I'll have the special.
Where's my paper and pen? I gotta write a poem about his pie.
Continued, page 2.
Now, you better get out your notebook. Wait till you taste the special.
Mr. Jennings, is it true that Laura Palmer used to help you with Meals on Wheels program, delivering hot dinners to elderly settings?
Yes. Laura helped organize the program. What was it, Laura? Or maybe it was Ed. Or Laura? No, it was Laura. Yes, of course.
When was the last time you saw her?
She came in around dinner time the night before. She died to pick up her meals for delivery.
Do you have the names of the people on her route?
I can go get them for you.
Would you please? And 2 more pieces of that incredible pie.
Okay, I'll be right back.
She moves off, and Truman looks at him, sir.
Man, you must have the metabolism of a bumblebee, fella.
Yes, the log lady is getting up to leave and leans into them as she passes.
For your information, I heard you speaking about Laura Palmer.
Yes!
One day, my log will have something to say about this. My log saw something that night.
She turns to leave.
Wait a minute! What did it see?
She holds the log out.
Ask it.
A moment of silence.
Yes, and then they all look at the log.
I thought so.
And the log lady exits. End scene.
Log lady.
And
I will exit now.
oh no, you can stay. Stay. You get to stay. Here you go. Get yourself a card. Pull up a card.
Oh my God, please.
We're gonna get yourself a pen.
Yes.
We'll take some notes. We'll let her join the team, yeah?
Join the team.
Join
Don't you?
the team. All right.
Meanwhile, back on the ranch, Grandma keeps beating off the Indians, but they keep coming.
No pun intended.
No,
Here's a question I've often pondered. Is it all right? Is it okay? Is it acceptable to have sex with a really hot first cousin if you use a condom?
It is if you're in Game of Thrones.
Thank you. The more you know. What are we doing now?
Now it's time to create a video game. Ooh. That's right. We're going to create a video game from scratch right here, right now.
I like
so
it.
what we need is for you guys to shout out what this video game is going to be called. A name for our video game.
Legacy Chaos in the Creole City.
Bam!
Emerald.
I've been saving that one.
Legacy. And what?
Chaos into Creole
City.
How about just Chaos into Creole?
Asterisk, bam.
What do you got? What do you got?
John St. John versus Steve Blum. Bullet storm.
Nah, that's been done.
There's a videotape coming up.
How about Fuck Storm Full Clit Edition? Or not.
Isn't that what your later panel is called?
It is. I'm sorry. I'm midnight right here.
Midnight, right here in this room.
Gonna be sexy. Bring a girl with you.
That's absolutely. Or find a girl. Or a guy who looks somewhat like a girl.
Many of you will get laid tonight if you come to this panel.
Yeah. Even if it's at your own hand.
Because I'm easy.
Oh, yeah. So,
I don't know about you, but every time I'm feeling myself, I'll tell you this. If I wear a tube top and bike shorts, I can make $500 a night.
how many people would buy that for $500? And one hand in the back goes up. One person would pay $500.
If you're gonna ride that white pony.
And one person's leaving.
We'll be back at midnight. You won't.
Oh no, they're leaving at the same time. And he's getting his wallet. What's going on here?
Remember, like I told you, men know what men like.
So we've got Emerald Lagasse Chaos into Creole.
That sounds pretty good.
So I think our hero should be Emerald Lagasse.
Absolutely.
So our hero,
we need
Emerald.
a Cajun coon-ass accent for that one.
Oh yeah, hero will be Emerald. Okay. And we need a villain. We need a villain for this.
Gordon Ramsay.
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump.
I'm not allowed to suggest. No, don't.
It doesn't have to be a food person. You can think of something exotic.
The Grinch.
Grinch. All right.
I like Gordon Ramsay though.
I think I could do the
Ringo
Grinch,
Starr.
Ringo Starr.
I've got none in my pocket.
Ringo Starr is the villain.
I guess I could be Ringo, couldn't I?
So that would
could
be.
be. I
So
could
would
be
that be
George
Mike
Paul.
as Ringo?
He's Liverpudlian, you know.
Okay. So Mike Rawson will be Ringo. Who will
try
be
anyway.
our hero, Emerald Lagasse? PP.
Oh no. Okay.
How's your BAM?
No pressure. All right.
How's your BAM?
Bam.
Pretty close.
I have faith in myself.
Yeah,
That's a
the
very
important
impressive
thing.
bam.
All
I
right.
can do the accent.
All right.
That's the important thing.
Can there be a pet in here for the villain being Ringo Starr? The walrus is his pet.
The walrus?
I've always wanted to
The
have a
walrus will be
you know,
the sidekick to
Yeah.
Ringo Starr.
and have him live in an octopus's garden.
Yeah.
I'd love that.
It drives a yellow submarine, you know.
All right.
Yeah.
So who would be the walrus, the sidekick?
Of course.
Farad? Farad? And Farad, how would you be the, what voice would you use as the walrus?
I want to do Carl Sagan again.
Carl Sagan the walrus.
Just say billions
Sagan,
every
the
other
walrus, I
word,
like
will you please? I love that.
And what's
All
your
right,
name,
and
Wally?
we need a sidekick for Emerald. Who would the sidekick for Emerald be?
A crawfish. A mud bug.
What? Spice beetle?
Spice Weasel.
Spice weasel.
What's a spice weasel?
Oh.
Oh, right. Okay.
Or I am Weasel.
Or weasel from HFS.
I am weasel.
Spice Weasel.
Either that or
Who is
Christopher
the
P.
Spice
Bacon.
Weasel?
Could be Chris P. Bacon. I don't know.
Oh.
I like crispy bacon because bacon goes with everything.
Crispy Bacon? Crispy, okay, Spice Weasel goes away. Is now Crispy Bacon. Who is playing the sidekick Crispy Bacon? Oh, a little sound on John's phone. Would you like to be Crispy Bacon?
Okay, I'll be Crispy Bacon.
Okay, John St. John is Crispy Bacon. All right. And then I guess I will be the narrator. How's that sound?
All right, then.
All right. Now, we need...
I'm getting crispy.
Sizzle on, John St. John. Now, we need a location. Where does this take place?
The Arctic.
The Arctic, all right. In the Arctic.
Why the fuck not?
It's as good a place as any.
No wonder the ice is melting.
Now, what kind of weapons should the hero Emerald have?
Throwing knives.
Throwing knives? Mustard gas.
Tongs.
I like the mustard gas because that can go a number of different ways.
Sure
We
can.
got mustard gas.
You got gas.
Got gas, you got mustard. There are 4 at least options you can go with there. I need another kind of weapon.
Capsaicin.
What?
Capsaicin.
A salt shaker?
No,
Dad ass?
no, one of those.
Dad ass.
Like McElhenney Super Soaker.
Ass.
You don't want to fight me on that.
Dat ass. So we've got
Dat
mustard
ass.
gas. We've got dat ass. Give me a regular kitchen utensil.
White cheddar.
White cheddar. Okay, white cheddar.
Kicking it up a notch is-
flashbacks.
Like the safe words.
Yeah, white cheddar. All right.
He has his signature kick it up a notch.
Give me a random spice.
Cumin, yeah.
Of course it's got to be.
I've heard cumin a lot. How many people like cumin?
How many of you
Everyone likes
actually
cumin?
know what cumin is?
It's cumin,
There you
damn
go.
it!
Thank you.
Do you know what cumin is? It's what
Makes me
everybody.
feel better.
It's what everybody thinks the chili is. That's what they think it is. It's not the chili powder. Keep throwing tons and tons of chili powder, and they're going. It doesn't taste right. It's not chili powder. It's cumin. Anyway, let's see. What else should we throw in there? We need a big ultimate weapon.
A spatula.
A spatula?
Spatula City! Spatula City!
Spatula City.
You know what? You know what? I'm going to go with.
A greasy.
I'm going to go
spoon.
with. I'm going to change this to dat spatula ass. Dat spatula ass.
You've all seen it. You know what it looks
And
like.
give me one more.
Excalibur.
What's that?
The mighty Excalibur.
Dick's Caliber. Okay. And I'm pretty sure that's going to be as clean as can be.
Rated R for mature.
All right, you guys write down all the suggestions here?
Nope.
No, was I supposed to? You didn't
have
tell me
written
to write them down, Wes.
Well, okay, John, write this down. You are the sidekick, Crispy Bacon. The hero is Emerald, that is UPP.
Bam.
The villain, Ringo Starr.
That's me.
And his sidekick, the Walrus.
Yes.
I will be the narrator. This takes place in the Arctic. Somewhere during this, we will have mustard gas, white cheddar, cumin, Dick's Caliber, and dat spatula ass. Are you ready, ladies and gentlemen?
As ready as I'll ever be.
Sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to begin the game of all games, Emerald Lagasse, Chaos into Creole. Mike, can you give us a theme song there?
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was epic.
Nice.
Epic.
Thank you.
As our story begins, the Arctic is frigid. The winds are blowing mightily across the one igloo that houses Emerald. Somebody give me some wind.
It's really cold outside. I didn't really expect it to be so cold in the Arctic.
It was so
Still
cold.
gonna make it work.
How cold was it?
How cold? Yeah.
It was incredibly cold.
It was
don't
so
really have a
cold
pun
that
for
Emerald's
this.
testicles had gone up inside the body, turned him into a soprano.
I don't really want to talk about
Oh, you were already there.
I hope you're enjoying your cold, frigid exile.
Suddenly into the room walked Ringo Starr, clad in dripping rings and a large furry parka.
Will your hot sauce keep you warm now? You stupid, I told you to keep your hands off me fucking drums.
Hey, Ringo, have another beer.
Suddenly, Crispy Bacon, with an accent that echoed Ringo Starr, came out and stepped between Emerald and the former Beatle.
I don't know what I'm doing here from Liverpool in Antarctica. What the fuck, man?
I'm just trying to steal his recipe.
Yeah, I lost it because I've got an hole in my pocket.
I want some etouffee, you know.
What he said.
Emerald stepped forward and mightily set out a challenge.
We're going to cook macaroni and cheese.
But I don't like macaroni and cheese.
Oh, but
I
you
don't
love it with
care.
crispy bacon on it.
Can't stand the stuff.
I don't especially
Ringo.
care what you think.
Ringo, filled with disgust over macaroni and cheese, called upon his faithful sidekick, the Walrus.
Come at me, Walrus. Come help me.
I've got billions and billions of different sorts of spices and recipes in order to help you out with this sort of challenge.
If he's going to make macaroni and cheese, then I want something with hot in it. Put some spice in it.
Oh,
So
you want something
the
spicy?
Reaching into her pack, Emerald pulled out the first of the weapons.
Don't you dare.
Oh, don't think I won't. What do you think it is?
Just try it.
Tell us what it is, Emerald.
It's mustard gas. Bam!
Not that.
The bam echoed throughout the walls of the igloo, which started to melt because the mustard gas was not distributed from the hand, but from elsewhere.
Bam, 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 bam.
Not from. Oh no, she managed to.
You got this. You got this.
Walrus was at a loss for
Walrus,
words.
you got this.
I am speechless. She was distributing it from that spatula ass.
Curse you, Emil. I'm going to have to turn the volume down.
At that moment, Ringo
table's too high. I
reached
can't
out to
do it.
Crispy Bacon to get a spice he was about to pull, but Crispy Bacon was not his sidekick. The Walrus was, and they got jealous and bitchy with each other.
Look out, you've gotten mixed up with Crispy Bacon.
I think we're all stoned or we just dropped acid. I don't know what the fuck is going on here.
I know. I have crispy bacon on my side. So I'm going to win this competition. Are you right, Crispy Bacon?
Yeah, you've got
Suddenly, Emerald became a Jewish lady.
I don't want to talk about it.
Obviously, you're not going to eat me because I'm not kosher.
Walrus.
I will
So
eat
it's clearly
crispy bacon
safe.
for breakfast.
Drowning in gumbo over here.
Ringo decided to pull out a spice of his own.
Aye. I've got...
Oh, Ringo.
Right. That's too much. No. I've decided I'm just going to play me drums.
Ringo pulled completely out of the game and was open to another attack from Emerald, either as a male or a Jewish female.
Specifically, I decided in my mac and cheese, I'm going to use cumin, which is not a common ingredient in mac and cheese. I understand that.
A white
But-
cheddar sat along dejected.
Bam.
The cumin spread across the room, up the nostrils of both Ringo and the Walrus.
Achoo.
Bless you.
Ringo, nonplussed, still played his drums and said peace and love to everyone.
Peace and love.
To the Ringo.
Peace and love will not be able to stop this particular fight. You need to get back into this battle, Ringo.
The Walrus
Very
really
well.
tried.
Then Walrus, come over here. And I'll give you a little something.
He gave him a little something.
Now do you feel ready to do battle?
Crispy Bacon jumped in and took the last of the drugs that Ringo had from his Beatles day.
I like it. That's bloody cayenne pepper, mate.
Crispy Bacon suddenly went on a rampage.
Okay.
Told you it would work like that.
Hallucinogenics play a large part in my mac and cheese. I didn't mention that before.
She was no longer a Jewish woman, but remained a woman.
I'm remaining true to my roots.
She's becoming a shapeshifter. This is a battle that will need billions and billions of all different sorts of spices in order for us to defeat her, or him, or it, whatever.
The walrus continued on forever and ever, but suddenly Crispy Bacon took to the attack. He reached into the hole in Ringo's pocket.
I'm reaching in the hole in your pocket. Oh, wait, that's not your weapon.
No, it isn't, is it?
It's
Walrus. It's your tusk.
Suddenly, he realized what he had was the ultimate weapon, the Dix Caliber.
Schlong! Not against me.
Something that Ringo had picked up in a yellow submarine somewhere along the way.
Bloody hell. Nothing,
Yeah, it was out there in the
happens
sea
to
of
me.
green.
Nothing ever happens to me.
There were billions and billions of different type of fish in the Sea of Green, and that which means that this particular sword has been shat upon by all different types of sea creatures.
And cuckoo-gachoo, we're gonna stir all the macaroni and cheese with it.
The game had become somewhat like the meal they were preparing, a hot mess. And that is when everyone involved called out the safe word. White cheddar!
White cheddar.
Oh, wait. That was inappropriate.
And as usual,
That's okay. I was in a movie that ended that way once. Hey now.
no one back
Ladies
home
and
is ever
gentlemen,
going to believe me.
that was the game, Emerald Lagasse Chaos into Creole. I don't know if we made it into Creole, but we certainly had the chaos.
I'm not buying that game.
No.
I'm not. That's too weird for me, man.
People sitting around going, "What? Did I take the drugs yet? The drugs yet?"
What I liked was the looks on the faces of people walking by, going,
and
"What the
not
fuck are they
stopping
talking?"
in. He reached into his pocket and pulled out Dix Caliber. Keep going, keep going, keep going.
You'll know you're really, really advanced in age when that actually becomes a game.
Yeah.
You'd be like, oh, okay, fuck everything, you know.
Yeah, this never happened to me before. I promise you, Dix Caliber will be firing off later tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Hashtag Dix Caliber.
There you go. That's what
For whatever pictures you take tonight. Hashtag.
Especially
Dix
at
Caliber.
John's party at
No
midnight.
pictures.
That's gonna be fun.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, what I'd like you to do is if you would take the microphone here and head down there to right in front of the table. Could you do that for me?
Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Pee-Pee.
Yeah.
Kate. It's really Kate. But you can call her any nickname that she will accept and not hit you. Here you go.
Bitch.
What?
Well, she's not hitting me yet. Let me try another one. Whore.
You're doing it with the table between you.
It's
She's
across
gotta
the
have
table. It's my lady. Thank you.
My lady. Now, hold this microphone up here if you would help us out. We have 20 minutes remaining. No, we don't.
Oh, God.
Is that all?
A little bit less, And we will now take any question from anyone in the crowd to anyone up here at the panel.
Oh, it's a Q&A now.
It is
I know how to
Q&A.
do this.
Yes,
I know
we
how
can
to
do this.
Who's got questions?
No,
for
TNA's later, sir. What is...
Queers and ass?
If you have TNA, I'll punch you in the jaw.
All right, no, she's not going to punch you, folks. You can actually come up, take the microphone from her, and ask
cute.
questions.
That's funny.
You ask the first question.
Ask the first question?
Yeah.
All right. John St. John, on behalf of my boyfriend, will you announce that Noise to Men is playing tomorrow night at midnight
Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow night, Noise to Men. Where?
in the concert hall?
Tomorrow night at midnight in the concert hall. Don't miss Noise to Men! Men.
Thank you so much.
Does that work for you?
Would you walk over that way? How far does that microphone go? I'm not sure. Walk all the way.
That's an excellent question.
It goes all the
Let's see
way.
how
Does it
far
go all the way?
goes.
All right, so
It's
she's
got
bringing
a
the mic to
long
you guys.
cord.
No
I'm still walking.
Stop.
That's what I got.
That's good.
No, I
She
can
was
go
good.
further.
Yeah, she
I
can
got
keep
this.
going.
I got this. I'm right over here.
No.
Oh,
Don't
is
go
the
anymore.
mixer
Do I
coming
need
out?
to come
Oh.
closer?
Yeah. All right, so
Have I
anybody
gone
have a
too
question?
far? Has it gone too far?
Do we have a question? I'm sorry we put a spatula in that ass.
You told me to walk further.
But do you have a question? Anybody over there? I know you had that ass was good.
Was like, yes,
what
right
about
in the front
we got a
row
question over here. Yes, to the right. The gentleman in the front.
When you're reading the scripts in the booth, do they have like stage direction on, you know, how the emotion or whatever, or is it just the words and...
Most of the time, but they're really short descriptions. But what we're most interested in is the dialogue of the characters we're interacting with.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So stage direction doesn't really matter in the booth, I don't think.
Well, I mean, we've also got, sometimes you have the writers there, sometimes you have a director, and if you need a little direction on it, if you say, what is this guy talking about here? They'll say, hey, he's a little more angry here, this is very defensive. They'll give you a little something, but the fact of the matter is, there's a lot of improv involved in your character motivations when you're reading these scripts, you know? In order for you to turn it into something once you actually get a page in front of you, you have to figure out who they are, what they're doing, and sometimes you get a word or two. He's angry, he's this, he's that. So, you know, other times when we were doing Oblivion back in the day and they had us doing race voices, they came to me and said, here's one that's a little different. This guy's a little more demonic, a little darker. Let's play with it and do something different. It really does help you, but you have to make a decision on that character in many instances in a heartbeat.
On the spot.
Tell them your name. Tell them to say hi to you.
Oh, hi, I'm Will.
Hi, Will.
Hi, Will. Hi. No, I had actually one question. Wes and I have talked about this before, but for John and the rest of the guys, like, when you're doing a character, do you find that many times that they're asking you to do something that is typically not your character? And how possessive are you over that? Like, do you find that, like, even right now, you were just sitting there saying, oh, Duke would never say that.
Yeah.
So-
Oh, no. Whatever they write, that it's not our place to say, my character wouldn't say that. You don't do that. If you want to keep getting jobs, you don't tell a director. Shit.
You know, it's very helpful sometimes as you're reading it to twist it around a little bit, and if they ask you to go back or whatever, then you go back and do it the way they want it. But you can sometimes throw it out in your character, especially if it's a character you've done for a long time, and you can play with that a little bit. But they want their words, and they want their storylines, so you don't mess with that too much. Again, sometimes it's inflection, like Shakespeare. It didn't mean anything until you gave it meaning.
All right, thank you.
Questions on the other side of the room?
It's funny we got to run around with that microphone. You could hear a pin drop in here.
Good.
We really don't need it, but it's fun. It's fun.
I have a question. I'm just going to say your name wrong.
Farad, yes.
Farad.
Yes.
So you're relatively new. What do you want to do? Like, what game would you want to be in? What major character would you want to play? Like, what is your dream?
And can I follow that up with part 2 of his question?
Yeah.
Do you want to make the most money or the least amount of money in voiceovers? So what do you want to do, and do you want to make money doing it?
Precisely. Okay. What I would love to do, I mean, I would like to work in video gaming, but but I think my wheelhouse is in like doing like announcing work or something like that. Apparently I have that sort of voice, so but I can always I believe that with more training, I've taken some classes, but I need a little bit more experience and all that there. I would like to work in like let's see, what sort of video game. I guess the dream job would be like a Grand Theft Auto game or something like that. Not as probably as one of the main characters, like one of the immediate secondary characters or something along those lines there, like one of the relatives, one of the main characters.
No. You want only lead characters. You want to keep getting invitations to cons? Lead character only. Secondary characters don't matter. They're not going to ask for you unless they know who you are.
That is true.
You need a lead role, bro.
All right.
That's what you got to go. Fuck those secondary characters. Do that for the money.
Oh, yeah.
But do the lead roles. Get those so you can go to cons.
All right.
Dude, it's the shit, I'm telling you.
I'm sure it is, yeah.
We travel around the world doing this stuff, and they pay for it. It's fantastic. That's what you want to do.
All right.
But all the money, by the way, is not in video games. It's in commercials.
That's what,
So,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah.
like, now that you're all established as voice actors, how do you get new roles, and how do you decide on new roles? Now that three of you are established as voice actors.
John and I have the same agent in Los Angeles, so sometimes we're competing for it, and he's beating me for the same role. So that works out really well. No, but it's you. If you have an agent, they'll find things for you. They'll send you a lot of different options. And other times, if you've worked for game companies and people know you as a voice, they'll seek you out. Yeah. But when you're starting off, finding an agent, putting your voices together, going on to things like voice123.com is a great place to listen to other people's reels and decide what kind of a reel you're going to put together. And you can even, for free, before you advertise yourself, put a reel out there. Get yourself a page. You know, build a home studio. They're so cheap these days that if you can build a home studio and have a little idea of what you're doing, you can build yourself a demo, and that is your calling card.
And what's your agent email address? just to double check. That's okay.
Well, you can't
Just
get
look
in
up
with
our
them, but
webpages.
it's called Solid Talent.
Oh, fair point. Okay.
Solid talent.
Mike
Any
Solid.
other questions?
Yeah.
He's a great guy.
Yeah, there
You
you
got to go meet Vanessa. She's awesome.
Hi. Just as general to the panel, what do you find to be the most difficult part of voice acting a particular character? For me, like, I find that laughing on command is quite difficult, or like, or very like genuinely convincing.
Laughing on command? No, that's very easy for me. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's maniacal as shit. I see why you say that.
Yeah, but
People think you're fucking insane when you laugh.
Or
huh?
like delivering something.
I want you to practice your laughter every time you get in the elevator during this con. Especially if you're by yourself in a big group of people, just start laughing and then go stone-faced silent.
And not necessarily a maniacal cackle. Also work on the...
There are a lot of laughs.
I find laughing on command is difficult, and also like delivering really short lines effectively. Short lines I find to be more difficult than longer passages. I don't know if that's
Just be natural. Do you have trouble saying short sentences when you're talking?
No, but I suppose
That's the thing. Be natural to yourself. You've got to make. You're not acting in many instances. I mean, you are.
Yeah.
But you've got to make it seem like you're not. It has to sound natural. Get yourself a tape recorder. If you've got a voice recorder on this, record some lines. Do it and listen back to it the next day. And if it sounds like you were reading, try again. Until you get to the point where you can read a line where it sounds like it just came out of your brain through your brain pan and out your mouth, and you believe it yourself. You know, I used to do this on tape decks, cassette recorders, you know, do my own shows.
I did when I was a teenager.
Yeah. Well, last night.
And if you're talking about the duration, if you're talking about the duration of the copy, it does get harder as the longer it gets because, you know, you're reading more and more and more, so practice cold reads. You know, pick up some kind of print and just read it out like Wes said and try to make it sound like it came from you.
Yeah, and video game voice acting was easier back in the day. Think about, I don't know if you know Duke Nukem 3D from back then.
Right.
It was all one-liners. I came here to kick ass and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of gum. That was the whole thing.
Yeah.
Now you have to read a frickin' paragraph because, you know,
Exposition.
technology has made it to where we can have long... Right. And if you're really unlucky, like in the original Duke 3D game, they'll use one take of a phrase that's used over and over and over and over again, like,
oh yeah,
where is it? God, couldn't they have taken 2 or 3 takes in different inflections? But every time you touch anything in the game, where is it?
With Skyrim, I came back as Lucy and LeChance as a ghost in Skyrim. And unfortunately, I had no idea that it was not a long amount, maybe 2 pages of lines. But you can follow him. He'll follow you through the entire rest of the game. And about 1 million times, they turn this guy who used to be a quiet assassin into a frickin' chatty Cathy, who's always, you know, have you heard the tale of Matthew Bellamont?
Yeah, shut the fuck up!
20 times!
And you add an option that's, oh, okay, you've heard it.
Yeah.
End the conference.
Like a skip button or something, yeah.
It got to the point where I turn around and take a broadsword and kill my own character to make him shut the hell up. It's a stealth mission, Lucian. It's a stealth mission!
Okay, now, how about some personal questions that have nothing to do with the industry?
Oh, right over here immediately.
Those are always my favorites. You don't mind, do you, Wes?
No, go right ahead, especially if they're for you.
Oh, I don't give a shit if they're for me or for you. I like to learn more about these guys if there's questions for you guys, you know, like, if you could be any kind of bird, what car would you shit on first? I love that question. You know? Personal questions, please.
How are feelings about the Los Angeles Chargers?
They can go suck a dick.
Yes!
I was a Chargers fan for 20 plus years, and then fucking Spanos decides he wants more money, that greedy fuck. And now, I'm sorry for my language. I'm passionate.
Did anybody here know that John was from San Diego? Just wondering.
That's why I was a Chargers fan.
Yeah.
So they moved to LA. Now they got no fans at all. So hey, fuck you, Chargers.
You knew that, right?
I don't.
You're poking the bear.
They piss me off so bad, Wes, that I've given up NFL football. I don't watch football anymore. I don't fucking care. I have better things to do on a Sunday morning, like get laid, than watch football.
You know what?
Or clean up from getting laid.
I watched the last preseason game of the Redskins the other day, and it was like visual melatonin. I mean, it's like put it on, boom, go to sleep. That was basically.
Wait, John, what were you doing on Sunday mornings before?
Watching football.
Just watching football, not getting laid. Okay.
No, you can't. You can't pull a Costanza. Do you know what the Costanza is? The trifecta.
Yeah, the perfect
fucking eating a sub sandwich, watching baseball or football all at the same time. Boy, the Costanza. I can't do that anymore. No.
Is it the sandwich that gets you?
Because fuck football.
You're just fucking football now.
Fucking and eating at the same time. Subway. That was
and you got to be very careful because sometimes you're not eating fresh.
Wow.
Wow, that took a leap.
Wow.
Arby's, we have the meats.
I got your meats right here, Ving Rhames. Any more personal questions? Are we done?
We had one back there. Did you change your mind?
The mic wants
Go
to
ahead.
Okay, go ahead. Say it.
come
Say
forward.
it. Step up. But stand up.
Stand up and project.
And do this.
Approach the microphone.
Careful.
I can't.
Come to the
There's a web
microphone.
stream.
Here we go, here we go.
It's not really a personal question. That's why it kind
It
of.
doesn't matter.
It's personal
It's a
from you.
question. Any question.
It's less serious, but if you could steal a role from anyone else at the table, what role would you steal?
All of them. No. it's just-
I've got bowls of cream cheese.
I want to be a fucking PA announcer at sporting events.
There you go.
I take your job in a fucking heartbeat, pal. You got the best seats in the house for every game, too.
Penalty box right on the glass. It's beautiful.
Yeah, too bad it's hockey, though. I'm kidding. I'm
Did you see
kidding.
this?
I'm kidding.
I brought this some bling today. Look at that. That was from. I also announced for professional tennis with Martina Hingis and Serena and Venus Williams. I got 3 of these rings from the Washington Castles.
Fits that finger right there real well.
Yeah, look at that.
Wow. Wow, you punch people with this?
Yeah, you look at it, you think you should fire a laser beam out of it, right?
Yeah, right? Wow. That's pretty sweet.
Me, I'd take the bearded guy's job, whatever it is. Oh, that's.
Can I get $25? Hey! $25.
I had to bring that and show it off. I don't get to take it anywhere. You get a ring, and I thought, this is great. I got 3 at one time, and they're like all 3 rings. And it's like
You can't wear them all at the
lock
same
them up.
time.
You get them locked up and put them away. What can you do?
They're like brass knuckles if you wear them at the same time.
Yeah.
Which is pretty bitchin'. Did we answer your question?
It's a championship ring for World Team Tennis. Pretty cool.
Yeah, I'd steal his job as a PA announcer at a sporting event. But I'd want
Anybody else, guys?
I'd take any job that will come to me anyway. So,
anyone that we want to give you?
Huh?
Anyone that we want to give you?
I don't think so.
Would you like to do Big's a cat?
Sure.
What?
Oh no, sorry.
What?
Not now.
You can have Big the Cat, brother. Kyle Abear got it, and then they killed him off, by the way. So, yeah, there's no more Big the Cat. Sega killed him. It's okay with me. I have no
Mike,
love
what
for that
about
guy.
you?
What?
What role would you want to steal?
From any of the 3 of us.
Oh, well, like I just said, I'd take the bearded guy's job, but I don't know what that is.
He's not here anymore.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I would, in a heartbeat, be one of you guys for a day and be.
Let me tell you something. Mike Rawson, I used to watch him with a group called the Video Pirates. 2 guys get up on stage, make you laugh for 2 hours straight, and these guys had so many voices, so many different impressions, and all these voices. When they asked me if I knew anybody over at Bethesda, they said, "Do you know anybody who should be doing this?" And the first guy I thought of, Mike Rawson. And they love him now. Mike has been out there. You guys played Fallout 3? So Colin Moriarty, Gob, all of the different. Who all have you been?
Huh?
Were you unemployed before that?
Oh, no, I got a stiff job, and I work the voice, thing whenever I can.
I was just going to suggest you might want to blow him.
2 minutes. Nah, Mike's been my hero. We met each other years and years ago. He doesn't play that wind instrument.
Skin flautist. Oh, man's got a microphone. I guess there's another question.
And this is our last question of the panel.
Okay, cool. So the 4 of you, getting ready in the morning, which shoe do you put on first?
Left.
Okay.
My wife's.
Both.
I think it's the right foot. I'm not sure. I don't know.
No, usually it's the right foot for me.
I'll have to write it down from now. I'll keep a journal.
We're no different from the rest of you people. I mean, our assistants put our pants on one leg at a time.
Now, I do want to let you know this guy sitting right here in front row, and his name is Will Thompson. He owns a restaurant called the Celebrity Deli.
Where is
over in Falls Church.
Falls Church, the Celebrity Deli.
If we have time before we go, before you leave here, when are you leaving?
Monday afternoon.
So how about, say, Sunday, we go over there. When do you close Sunday? They have at 4.
Lunchtime?
Lunchtime?
Noon, 1?
Well, maybe right around there.
Will you name a sandwich after me?
They have the sandwich name, the Duke Nukem. I have the Duke. I've got there is a Duke, isn't there? There's not. There could be. There's a Wes Johnson sandwich, and I am formally inviting you to come eat me.
I can't eat a Johnson. I'm sorry.
You can eat a full Johnson. You can get it regular or full Johnson.
Oh, so the regular Johnson's only this big. The full Johnson is like 2 Wes Johnsons.
Yeah, the regular one is if I fold it in half. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, he is taller lying down,
Everybody remember, tonight at midnight, John St. John is going to be in here. If you thought this was filthy, wait till you get here tonight. This is going to be amazing. You got to fill this room up.
How many of you think you'll be here tonight?
Yeah.
Okay, I can help you out right up front here. No cell phones, no photography, no recording of any kind. Those doors will be closed when it starts, and it starts. There are challenge games, and to get into a challenge game, you have to answer trivia questions, but you may not say anything out loud. You have to put a hand up. Mm-hmm. Okay, otherwise you're giving somebody else the answer.
Does the phrase "full Johnson" take on a whole different meaning in your?
It may very possibly. As a matter of fact, I might actually use that. If I ask in the panel tonight, what is a full Johnson, what is the correct answer?
2 Wes Johnsons.
No, it's a foot-long sandwich at Celebrity Deli in Falls Church. That is the correct answer. And if you don't answer that way, you ain't winning.
Tonight.
Yes.
Boom! The full Johnson.
So tomorrow morning, Mike and I will be here at 10:30. We've got a voiceover panel. Fraud's going to join us, and if John gets out of bed and he doesn't, there's no guarantee after tonight's panel. It could happen. We might have John, but we're going to open it up for questions, and there'll be a lot more question answer about how you get into voice acting. We'll let you actually read a few things, some scripts, and try some lines, and we'll give you pointers and give you some little tips about voice acting. Remember, it's about the acting more than it is about the voice. Mm-hmm. So thank you all very much for coming to this special edition of VOICE-A-PALOOZA.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, John, before we go, I got a question for you. At your one later tonight, your filthy one, will there be moistened towelettes?
No, but there will be plenty of lubes.